Good evening, everyone, and welcome one more time to Level Up. I'm your host, Everton, along with my co-host, Pam.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us. We are so happy and blessed to have you with us.
And today, guys, we have a special guest for you. Back by popular demand, Coach Oliver. He was on the show last time, and it was an amazing show. And he's back here today to start where we left off. Coach, welcome back.
Thank you to have me back. It's been a pleasure, and thank you so much for this opportunity.
How was your weekend, by the way? Long weekend and all that. How was your weekend?
It was amazing. Anytime I get a chance to spend with the family,
Yeah.
that's it. That's about it.
So we're back to routine now. You're back
Yeah.
to the.
Oh, yes. Back to routine.
Yeah,
Back to reality.
back to reality. Absolutely. And you, Pam, how was your weekend, Pam?
Mine was great as well. Never long enough for us parents, to have our time and kids' time and family time. But I'm so happy to have you back, Coach, just in lieu of perfect timing of back to school.
Yep.
And to share your wisdom and your power with our audience to let
Sure,
them know
sure.
how we can navigate this back to school and other.
Absolutely, because this weekend for me was a hectic one. My daughter, she's in her second year at Carleton doing law, and I made 2 trips to Ottawa in 2 days to move her into her apartment, go into Rona, go into IKEA, finding bed, finding table, taking me hours to get her desk set up, her bed set up, coming back down, take her back up the next day. It was one of those weekends I'm like, I feel burnt out.
Well, that's
I'm
I'm
exhausted.
sorry, but that's super dad.
I'm exhausted.
You get the cape.
And-
You get the cape.
And I drove the whole way too. No rest for me. So my first question to you, Coach, is that back in the busyness of everything and the kids on the go, homework, soccer practice, there's so much going on. How do I avoid burnout as a parent? Talk to me, Coach.
That's a loaded question. First of all, you're just being a dad,
Okay.
right? And, continue to be a dad, because that's what it's all about. Eventually, your daughter will appreciate it, right? So, how do you avoid burnt out? It's a very interesting question because as parents, we do a lot for our kids.
Yes.
And you don't want to get into the mindset of avoiding it, because then avoiding burnt out, that means you're avoiding kind of doing your job. However, we want to look at it as a lot of times where for example, let's break down your weekend a little bit in terms of what's happening. Some of the things that we do for our kids and with our kids is a lot too much, especially when they reach, how old is she, like 19?
19, yes.
Especially when she reached 19 years old, right? So you know that this was going to happen, this weekend is going to happen, or
Yeah.
the move is going to happen. So that should have been a prep, like 2-3 months in advance. Can you kind of go on IKEA and kind of look what you want and stuff like that? And, so it's less pressure for you. It should be delivered and they're ready for you to set up. So she should be doing most of the work, right? My kids are, since they were, believe it or not, since she was 3 and 4, they do a lot of work. My 3-year-old, they, like the blocks, the books,
Yeah.
Yes.
the
Yeah.
shoes.
Yes.
Yeah.
They organize all that. That's very basic for them to do. That's your shoes. You have 2 pairs of shoes. Just put it back in the shoe rack. You have the blocks all over, right? Instead of me coming in and say, okay, all right, it's dinner time, let's clear it up. Yeah, we can help them, but we take on too much, basically what I'm trying to say. We take on way too much.
Cool.
At least 75% too much.
So the burnt out is by we doing too much of the work when we could delegate to the kids. You're right, because this weekend I was running through Walmart, going to Home Depot, going to IKEA, and you're right. I could have delegated to my daughter, but I was taking it on, and even though she's 19, I'm still acting as if she's only 15 or 14 or 12. By taking on all the work, I'm thinking that I think she can do it, but I don't know how to say, okay, how can I delegate tasks? That way, I'm a parent, then I can reserve for where I need to be for her. Because if I'm doing so much, when she needs me over here, I'm so exhausted. I don't know where to go. So to your point, Coach, you're saying that as a parent, we could be doing too much and just leading to the burnout.
For sure, for sure. And here's the thing that we're not even thinking about. And here's the thing that your daughter can't even articulate. And this one is tough. Are you ready for this?
What?
It is very tough because I want us to understand when we do stuff for them that they are capable of doing. You know what that does? We take a little bit away of their self-esteem and confidence little by little by little. Since they were maybe 5 years old, 6 years old, we're rushing out the door. You say, you know what, I need to tie your lace for you. Let's go, we gotta go. Let's bring out your jacket.
Yes.
And we're grabbing everything for them.
Wow.
Yes.
And you know what that does? They love it because now it's easier.
Yes.
You know what that does? We take away their self-esteem and their confidence.
Yeah, yeah.
You remember when she was 2 years old and she wanted to help with the laundry? She wanted to help around in the house, sweeping. She wanted to help you with the grocery. Where did that go? Because over a period of time, they're a little bit too slow. We're fast. We have so many things going on. We're like, no, we gotta go.
Yeah.
Or our way is the right way.
Correct.
Because my son recently, for the last few months, decided that he will make the bed. And I was like, okay, great. But then now, because I'm perfect Pammy, and I look at the bed and I'm like, every part of me wants to remake it because it has to be perfect. But then I had to teach myself to walk by the bed like this so I couldn't see it.
Wow.
And slowly now, the other day I was like, wow, Jakara, you made this bed so beautifully. He did a beautiful job. Like I would do it. So as to your point, yes, we gotta give the leash a little.
And it's
so
tough.
speak.
Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
It's not, I'm not saying it's easy. It was very, very tough for me. But the beauty of it is the more you do it and the more you let go, it becomes easier.
The key thing, Coach, is let go. How do you let go when you're so much like used to be in control, or you're thinking that it has to be done this way and this way alone? And if it's not done this way, then it's not done correctly. Could it be that there's another way to do something, it's just not our way to do it?
Correct. That's exactly. And I mean, you can't just let go like that because, like you asked, how do you let go? Do you have to really understand? And this is the beauty of just me not only being the best that I wanted to be, me being a parenting expert and a parenting coach.
Yep.
Now, this is the big part of me giving parents more insights for them to be mindful, hence mindful parenting, right? You have to be a little bit more mindful of the long-term effect. Because we all know, both of you guys, we know that we have the answers.
Yes.
We do.
Yes.
It's just that, how do you let go? When do you let go? That's the key. And once you start getting some insights,
Yep.
then you say, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to let go a little bit. And even if it builds you take 3 weeks to build up that courage, or 3 months, you still have time to let go. And it just comes with insights. That's all.
I love that key that you just said. Learn when to let go.
Yeah.
Instead of how. The how will come, I think.
Correct.
Right?
Yes.
With the way, practicing the when. Okay, this
Yeah.
is a little bit easier. I'm going to let this one
Correct.
go.
Okay.
It's
Correct.
okay. They're going to cook in the kitchen. He can use the toaster, but not the knife.
Correct. Exactly.
Yeah.
And you know, insights like I post a video and it went viral, like 5.6 million views in
Wow.
8 days.
Amazing, coach.
Wow.
And the video talks about, I just remixed it. The video talks about when we are correcting our kids and
Yep.
doing things for them, it really breaks them down.
Huh.
And I personally, I knew that, but I didn't look at it like that. And it really hit me, and I said, I need to share this in a remix way. And I got so much DM and so many people are saying, oh my gosh, this is so insightful. These are the insights I'm talking about because we're doing it for them. We're doing it for them. And when I tell parents that, and it's really tough to kind of realize because your kids is only 3, 5, 6, 7 to understand it's really in effect. But when we're doing things for them that they're capable of doing for themselves, we take away their confidence and esteem and resilience. And then when they reach 17, 18, we wonder why they just want to play a video game. They don't want to do nothing else.
And then why we are burnt out as parents.
There you go. Right back to the exact question. That's why we're burnt out.
Because we are taking on too much and don't know how to let go and give them room to grow and find themselves.
Correct. Correct.
There's so many burnt out parents out there because do you think culture plays a role in how we let go or how we manage or govern our kids in terms of giving them space to grow? Because in my culture, right, and I know that with my wife and myself, right, if we are saying to do something, we have a vision of how it should get done. And then my son may have a different way of how he may want to get it done. And I'm thinking to him, like, he's not listening to what I'm saying. He's saying, but Dad, I hear you, but I have a different way of doing it. And the struggle becomes, how do I hear what he's saying over here and what I think how he should do it, and find a middle ground? And that's the challenge I'm having.
Yeah, and I think it's deeper than culture. I think it's intergenerational. It's how we think our kids should operate. The question is, do you want your kids to listen to you, or you want them to do the things they need to do without you getting involved? Some parents say both. No, you want them to do the things because are you trying to raise a robot? Because if they listen to you, they can be people pleasers. And I get the idea of them doing the things that they need to do based on your values and
Correct.
how they're supposed to be doing responsibility and stuff like that. But there's ways of inspire them to do so. And there's another thing in the parenting industry that says parents' priorities are different from a child's priority. We all know that. That's obvious. Right? Now, what do we do with that information? Just like what you just said in terms of his way of doing things. When I was, for example, let's say chores. I don't even call it chores anymore. It's called family contributions.
I love
right?
that.
And when my kids were like 4, 5, 6, 7, my wife used to be like, go back in the bathroom and say, this is not clean. I'm like, give them some time. And I'll go with them. And obviously, it's not even nowhere to be clean the way it should be clean. But why should they clean? They're 5, 6, 7 years old the way I'm going to clean it. Why should we expect perfection from them? And over a period of time, I just walked them to the bathroom. I said, next time, when you're cleaning, you missed right under the toilet bowl here. And I'm just doing one thing at a time. There's 17 things not being done properly. One thing at a time.
Wow.
And then next time when they do it, now they're 17 and 14, they're cleaning the bathroom, they're cleaning it by themselves without me even tell them.
Wow.
Why? Because I make them feel around chores, around family contributions, how they feel. Am I telling them to do it? Because you just said it perfectly. Their way of doing it is totally different from myself. Did it hurt? It hurt. I'm like, oh, it's been 2 years. When are you going to learn?
Coach, I must say that since we met on the show, I've been very intentional, Pam, with my son, and when it comes to navigating that aspect of, okay, my way versus how he wants to do it, and trying to understand, because what you're saying, Coach, is that the message is the same, it's how it's been delivered.
Exactly.
Right? And sometimes we are not intentional enough to say, okay, what am I trying to achieve here?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? And that's the key thing. And so, honestly, guys, I never knew that a parenting coach exists. And since I met, Coach over here, it's been every single day with my son. I'm telling you, I'm aware and I'm mindful of how we communicate because of meeting you and some tips and some tools that you gave me. My son would even say to me, Dad, remember Coach? And he would remind me all the time.
Yeah.
He is on it because he wants relationship. And I'm seeing that the kids wants relationship, but as parent, I was over parenting based on from I'm the dad, you're the son, listen and move according to what I'm saying. So I'm telling you guys, if you need help, if you need to navigate this journey that we're going through of how to build relationship with your teenager, you have to reach out to Coach Oliver. I'm telling you, he's a godsend. And this will help the dynamics in your relationship in your home. Coach, thank you so much, because my life has not been the same since we met.
You're welcome, and that's very humbling. And that's the beauty of just we grow. It tells me about your mindset. That's the beauty about we as people, not only parents, but we as people, how we grow. We can say, you know what, I know it. I'm a dad, I'm a mom, and that's where it's going to be. Or we can be humble, and we learn. This is exactly how I learn.
But you know, Coach, back to the cleaning or any task, what I got out of that scenario that you painted for us about the bathroom cleaning was that sometimes I think when us as parents want our kids to do something, it comes across critical, like we're criticizing them. But what I got from you is that you're teaching. So if we can come across that I'm going to teach you how to do this task, because I've done it a billion times. Now, you don't have to do it like I do. You don't have to do it in the order that I do it. But here's a way that you do it. This is how we clean this, or this is how we put away things.
Correct.
But it's teachable moments as opposed to criticizing.
Correct. There you got it. And this is the reason why, because I'm big on words. This is the reason why 2019, June 17, 2019, I was retired as a parent. I retired that word. Because it's interesting when I break the news to my kids, and they said, what does that mean? I said, what do you think that means?
Yeah.
You know what my daughter said? She was like 6, 7, I don't know. What was it, 2019? She said to me, that means you'll stop ordering, directing, and yelling?
She said that.
Yes.
Wow.
So that's their perspective of us as
Correct.
parents. Wow.
Correct. So we have to be there by their sides and guide them and teach them, not ordering, directing, and correcting. This is the reason why when they reach teenagers, they're not going to listen. They're actually going to do the opposite from what you want them to do. They actually are. And it's not like they're not listening. It's just like you've been taking away their voices for the last 10 years. So know that, you know what? I've grown a little bit of muscle, right? No, I'm going to take that back. That's basically what they're saying. They're not being rude. They're not being disrespectful.
No.
They're just taking that back because it's innate. So, and I want to correct you a little bit when you say they want relationship, they need it. It's a need. It's a need. That's a basic need for kids. Relationships.
I think for humans, right?
Yeah.
Right?
100%.
Yeah.
Yes.
We all survive,
Yes.
thrive, not survive, but we
Thrive.
thrive
And
in
relationships.
Yeah. Coach, earlier you said a word, resiliency, to foster resiliency in kids.
Yeah.
Now, what does that word mean to you, and how do we foster it in our kids?
Well, we just talked about it. I'm going to put it in another context. When we allow them to do things for themselves under our guidance, that's resilience. When we do the opposite, we're ordering, we're directing, we're correcting, we're taking that away. So if you keep taking away those things and it leads to confidence, self-esteem, we take away the resilience.
Wow.
And a lot of parents said to me, obviously the ones that really know me and I'm really, good relationship with the parents, they'll say to me, how do you build relationship in the kids? I said, we have to stop taking it away. They already have it.
Wow.
Do you remember when your son was 8 months old, started to walk?
Yes.
And he all just fell on his bum and he fell on his hand.
Wow.
Did he stuck there?
No.
He kept on going.
Yes.
Get back up.
Watch this. You guys ready for this? So the moment they start walking now, you're like, hey, come. And you're not going to help him.
Right.
You're going to move back a little bit.
Yep.
You're going to move back a little bit.
Give him a little
Right,
room.
move back a little bit.
Wow.
You're teaching him resiliency.
Wow.
When they start running now, when
Wow.
they start riding, what
We
are we
put-
saying? Stop running.
Wow. Wow.
Stop riding.
Coach, pause.
You're going to
that.
fall.
Pause. Could you repeat that? Guys, I need to listen to this point. What he just said, I had a vision in my head of my kids and what I did. When my son was learning to walk, or my daughter, you're right. When they fall, we would step back and said, "Get up."
Yes.
Yes. And
Do it again.
clap.
Because we want to
And
see
clap.
them. We want to see them get up. Yes.
And we would even hold back. My wife would hold me back sometimes.
Yeah,
Say, "Leave, you know,
Let him go, let him go.
Exactly.
And it's like, let him go. I'm like,
Yep,
and
yep.
now when they're riding, I'm like, don't go too far. Slow down. And I'm like, so honestly, oh my God, it's like they
Yeah.
get to a point and we put on the grip and we want to hold them back. And I say, okay, no. I'm like, no, but Dad, I want to get out there. I want to get out and see what's down there. But it's dangerous. But let me experience it.
Ooh, fear factor.
Wow. And so
Yes.
therefore now they go into the world, into the school system, and when they come across something that looks like they don't know how to handle it because we didn't prepare them,
You know what we were doing? We were protecting them.
protecting them.
We have to
Or
prepare them.
overprotecting.
Correct.
And the world does not protect
Yeah.
them. The
There you
classroom
go.
does not protect
There
them.
you go. Especially nowadays,
No.
Wow.
we have to prepare them for what's there.
Do you think that's the reason why we have a growth spurt in mental when it comes to mental wellness within youth and teens, that we have seen that it has grown, where we're having more kids who are struggling with mental issues?
Yes, 100%. It's directly related.
Wow.
When I go out with my kids, and my kids are nowhere to be perfect, parents or people think that my kids are well matured for the age. My daughter's, 14, and the way she interact,
Yeah.
she'll go to school and she'll just talk to the teachers and principal like they're friends.
Right.
Yeah.
Obviously, not calling random names, but
Yeah.
just having a conversation. There's no scared. It's just because then there's no restriction. They have their own voice, and that leads to they feel comfortable within themselves. You can have a reasonable, discussion with them. They're not like thinking, "Oh my gosh, am I saying the wrong thing?" I said. So when it comes to mental health, that it is really, really correlated to how we make them feel and what do they have a voice.
And in turn build confidence in them, right?
100%, 100%.
Yeah.
And I don't need to, like specific gender, but when it comes to females, they need to have a voice because how they're portrayed in society,
Yep.
it's mostly men run and stuff
Yep.
like that. So they need to have a voice.
Yes.
We all do, but they need to have a voice. If not,
Yes.
they're gonna find another shoulder to lean on because that shoulder is giving them a space for that voice.
I look around and I used to volunteer in a nonprofit organization with youth in Etobicoke. One of the things that we worked with was teenagers. And one of the things that I noticed is that they found it easy to find relationship outside. And that's the reason why they get in trouble. They have groups, they have friends, and then they will get into the wrong circle because that circle made them feel like they have a voice. Right? And then sometimes we over here and we're looking at them saying, then, what's going on with you? Don't you understand? And we're judging them from looking from the outside, and we're talking about that this is not just something that they did overnight. It was from what was going on behind the scenes, and their voice was not being heard at home. And here comes a group or someone that says, I hear you. Most importantly, I see you. And we
Yes.
all want to be seen.
Correct.
And then once someone sees you, then the person is for me. And then the very person that should see you don't see you.
Ooh.
They just yell at you every day and tell you what you're not good at, what you're not doing well.
Yeah.
And then we wonder why our youth are struggling.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, I'm getting goosebumps.
Coach, take it over.
You guys know the iceberg analogy?
No.
The iceberg, you know what the iceberg is?
Yes.
So what you're seeing is very deceiving.
The Titanic
Correct.
iceberg. Okay.
There's a whole bunch of stuff happening underneath. So I just want to summarize what you're saying. So when you see a child's hurting or a child, whatever the child is doing, they're not doing the things they need to do, all that stuff, all comes from a build-up of lacking so many different things. They're hurting. So they didn't mean to slam the door. They didn't mean to raise your voice on you. They didn't mean to say, you know what, I don't want to do my homework or make all kind of complaints and stuff like that. None of these things that they're meant. They're just of unmet needs. And we're just not mindful of what they are. That's basically what it is in any relationships.
Yeah.
This is the reason why parenting falls under two categories: personal development and relationship building.
Wow.
Nothing else. If you build a relationship with your kids,
Yeah.
you'll be shocked. We just think that obviously is intergenerational trauma. We think that we have to tell them everything. No.
Yeah.
You will be shocked when you start building that relationship. They start doing things. Parents said to me, parents that I coach, they said to me, but coach, my kids start going to their bed early, and is it because they're teenagers now? And I'm like, keep believing that. Just keep doing what you're supposed to be doing. Keep using these tools. No, it's not because of maturity, because the older they get, they're going to think that they can go to bed in time. It's just that the way you make them feel.
Coach, in building confidence and in building resiliency in them, the things that we tell our kids to do, and oftentimes that they cannot do them, or is it that they haven't done them to our standards, and we can call them failures? How do you see that role of failure in building resiliency?
Well, there's different way of looking at failure, because failure is good.
Yes.
Failing is good. I call it finish all intelligent learning. Right?
Oh, I love that.
But we have to look at the fact that when they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing, then they may look at themselves as failure or think they're failure. We have to go back to why is that? Go back to three days, 3 weeks back, and how we were making them feel. Were you on them about going out too late? Were you on them about doing their homework? It's enough, especially when they start reaching 10, 11, 12, up into their preteens and teens. They start rebel. And it's not necessarily rebel, it's just that their way of saying that, you know what, it's too much. It's way too much. Get off me. That's what a rebel looks like. That's what back talking looks like. That's why, roll their eyes or whatever they do. That's what that is. So it's not necessarily failure. We have to look at it as what is missing. And we have to look at parenting like that, because we can't think of just what we're seeing as failure, because it's the iceberg. What you're seeing up top is not what's happening. It's what underneath. Our eyes are deceiving us based on what's up top. Yeah.
But do you think as parents and as children, we also need to have awareness that it is not failure?
That's the key.
Right? And teach our kids that if you try something, you attempt it, even if you get 1% of it right, it's not failure.
Correct.
Right?
That's
so
the key.
As parents, we have to have awareness to teach our children that, so that they don't think failure is a negative thing.
Where did they get that failure from? From us.
Of course.
Because when, I don't know, for example, you see a B, you're like,
yeah.
Right? If you see an A, you're like,
yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So they think, my worth is related to A.
Oh, I remember that clearly from my childhood.
Right?
I remember that. Yeah.
I went through that too.
Correct. Yeah, we all did. Yeah.
I remember, like, literally, quickly, I remember when my son was in grade 1, I said, I'm not signing anything unless it's A+.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know how much
Pressure.
that is?
Yes.
That was pressure.
Wow.
That's way too much.
Yeah.
So they get to realize that, I'm failing.
Yeah.
Because remember, kids don't want to disappoint us.
No.
Right.
No.
So they're looking at our facial expression, the way we walk, the way we put our hands.
Yes.
The eyebrows,
My son said that to me at every game. He said that, Dad, I look in the stand to see how your face looks in the game. He's like,
100%.
I'm like, you're playing. He's like, but I watch you.
Yes,
Oh
they do.
They do. They watch
They
it
do.
all the time.
They do. They glance.
Yeah.
Even if they're not looking, they glance.
Wish
And
we
they
had-
see that. That tells them that tells them everything. And that plays out in the rest of the game. What is that telling them?
Yeah.
So we just have to be mindful of how we're showing up.
Yeah.
Level up, parents. I'm learning so much, Coach. Honestly, this is definitely leveling up on all level. and building better relationship with our kids, also building better communities, and they go out there and be phenomenal young men, young women, and we can be better parents, better wives, better husband, and have a happier home. Pam, what do you have to say today? It's been an amazing show.
If we can become the parents that we can emulate and teach our children that one day they're going to be also parents, maybe, or at least in relationships, and that they can also have a better life, better relationships.
Thank you, Coach. Last words.
Thank you so much, Coach.
For me, last word is it's important for parents to give themselves grace. Yes, you can listen to this podcast, you can listen to this, you can watch this, and you can say, oh my gosh, I'm not doing it. Give yourself grace. The fact that you're listening, that means you're getting better, and that's what it's all about. Just getting better every day and understand these insights and just putting a little work step by step, just like what you did recently.
Thanks,
To our
everyone.
audience, sorry, one little point is I'm so happy you brought that, Grace, up. Because we don't bring these podcasts, we're not bringing this up for us to look at our life or what we're doing as mistakes. We're saying, let's see a different way of approaching things.
Yes.
Here's these little golden nuggets that I'm going to get out of this episode, and I can implement them or apply them to our life. Right. That is our purpose here, and that's why we want to level up with you and help you level up.
Amen. Thanks for chipping in, and always, God is the center of all that we do. So we thank you for joining in. Stay tuned, talk to a friend, listen. Thanks for coming on, Level Up. See you next week. God bless you. Take care, everyone. Coach, thanks for having you.
Thank
Pam,
you.
thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.